Hey, perfect spirit. I'm Sam Shelley, and they call me the Miracle Man. Now, let's create a miracle in your life right here, right now. There's no time to delay. So, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I talk about getting rid of all that stress, the anxiety, the worries, the belief systems, the opinions that aren't serving you. This is all that head trash. And we need to clear that out and really be the real you, which is that consciousness, perfect spirit, soul, whatever you wish to call it, you are that. So today I want to talk about enjoying this day. So, what does that mean, enjoying this day? Well, a lot of people with this head trash have you focused on the past. We have to remember that, like, yesterday is long gone, it's never going to come. And then the mind always likes to future guess, like what's going to happen an hour from now, next week, next day. But that will never come because it's always the present moment. It's just the mind traveling to the future, a future that doesn't exist. So when it actually gets there, and there's a mismatch between that present moment at that time and future guessing, and this is a mismatch, and it creates all that stress, all that tension. So you have to realize that there's no future either. All there is today. So we need to make the most of today, because we don't know when this day is going to end. Because it's really thinking of like this day as the present moment. It's simply the mind attaching to time, schedule, but to spirit, it's always now. It's always this moment. Spirit doesn't know about the future, the past. It just is focused here. And if we want to get deeper, the soul, the spirit, can have some kind of insights of what's coming down the pike, if you will, that it's able to foresee the direction that you're going based on your current experience. And it's constantly trying to nudge you back on the right path. So spirit can sort of see, like, hey, you're heading for a cliff, you're going to fall off, which could be like getting sick, some losing a job. Something is coming that's not really going to be in your mind's greatest interest. Like in my own case, I was so stressed out, so overwhelmed, I created that MS. But I'm sure, or the autoimmune disease, I'm sure spirit was constantly nudging me, hey, relax, relax, let go of that stress, let go of those beliefs. But I was so disconnected from myself, I didn't know to hear that voice, or even knew that there was a voice to be heard. Because this was constantly screaming at me that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't worthy, that life is too difficult, always wondering what else is going to go wrong. And that was, living in the mind and not in this moment. And unfortunately, a lot of people are not in this moment. Just brief flashes of being in this moment, but nothing that's sticking, because they're so focused on their identity, their personality, their story, their opinions, their beliefs. They forget the present moment. Like right now, where are your feet? You probably bring your attention down to your feet and see where they were. Where are your hands? And that brings you back into that moment. So these little things that we're seeing, and we just have to enjoy this day and enjoy this current experience as much as possible, or at least accepting this experience, then moving it into a different direction. So what really inspired this talk was a shirt that I found over the weekend. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's enjoying today. I found that shirt and I'm like, oh, that's perfect. A lot of people are not enjoying today, thinking that tomorrow is going to bring a better future. But there's no guarantees of the future. People can make all these wonderful plans today, but you know what? The body's fragile. They don't make it to tomorrow. So they spent all this time, this energy, wasted, not enjoying today, not making the most of today. That, hey, you're alive. Yes, let's celebrate us. We're alive. But no, the mind was always in despair, looking at lack, looking for things that are wrong. And that's not really serving our best interests. That we just need to keep going, one foot in front of the other. Spirit is constantly focused on this moment and the next step. The mind isn't looking 5 steps down the road, 7 steps down. The mind is always looking down the road. Spirit, however, is like, here's the next step. Here's the next step. Spirit can see the direction you're going. It's constantly nudging you back to your path. And your path is yours, but it's not really a path. It's really embracing yourself and moving from yourself, your spirit, your soul, taking that action from this deeper place within you. But the mind is constantly lost. The mind is that time traveler. It's not really here. And once you really start looking at people, their eyes, see what their attention is on, most people are not here. They're out in space someplace. They're somewhere, but they're not here. They may be sitting right across from you on that subway, but are they really here, noticing you, aware of their surroundings? Are they lost in their phone? Are they lost in a story? Are they here? So we just slow it down, realize you're not your head trash, you're not these stories, that you are perfect spirit, that you are consciousness, that you are divine love. You are that which cannot be described. So just really about enjoying today, this moment. And there's one thing too, when you're in this moment, you're fully empowered. Anytime you're up in here, you're just lost in the story, lost in thoughts. So I'm here as your daily constant reminder that you're not your head trash. So the whole point of this channel is to get you to remember who you are. And the mind, yes, will grow bored with this story. Yeah. Look at that shiny object over there. Oh, what's that over there? Oh, what's that? And the mind's constantly distracting you because the mind doesn't want to give up control. The mind likes dragging you all over the place, into the ditches, into the gutter, into the pain, into the suffering. Because that's what the mind does. That's what the mind has been taught to do. Because we're always getting all this input from people of fear, of things we're missing in our life, and just all these stories that simply aren't serving us, that don't have our best interest in mind. So we just need to keep slowing it down, keep coming back into this moment, and just notice how the mind will go into the boredom story. I'm bored. I want to be entertained. But just realize you're alive. Everything is possible. But you need to get quiet and see what is that next best step for you that's coming from this deeper place, this place of knowing that this knows what's best for you. This heart knows what's best for you. But the mind is constantly guessing, leading you all sorts of varied directions that aren't really serving your greatest good. So just relax, slow down, realize the real you can't be accurately described. It's the energy, it's the consciousness, it's the all possibilities, that you're one with all possibilities, that everything is possible. It's just the mind coming in with all these stories that creates the constrictions, the restrictions, saying you can't do this, you can't do that, you don't have the skills, you're not the right age, and all this good stuff. Well, that's the message for today. Take good care of yourself. Lots of love to you. Bye for now.